Arsenal also did play. We got to talk
Clichy at St. James's.
Dude,
Let's go.
I didn't see it coming.
I did. Kiwior. No, I didn't. I didn't see it coming. But Kiwior, I've been calling for this man. I said for the City game, Kiwior should have started. I don't know why it took so long. I think he looked great, but more importantly, not having Rob Holding or Partey in there, Jorginho looked absolutely incredible.
Looked well too.
Man of the match. I think for the most part, he was leading in a lot of stats for midfielders. Martin Odegaard looked incredible. Again, I think Martinelli and Saka look super tired. I'm a little worried. Martinelli, I'm like, dude, you're faster than this guy. What are you doing? Right? Come on, Saka. You got this step. So I'm a little worried about that. But for the most part, this looked good. Title race not over. It's pretty much over. But it's not over.
Look,
really, I mean, if you look at the table, we're 81 and 82 points, and Newcastle sitting at 65. Bruh, it ain't about y'all. Y'all fight for 3 to 4.
The overall, I mean, we talk about Martin Odegaard a lot on this show, but it's
deserves the credit though.
He looks spectacular. Some games, it's weird to see the bad run of form that Arsenal were having the last few weeks, where you would sort of see we hadn't seen this like 90 minutes or just from beginning of the whistle to the goodbye go home. We weren't used to seeing just Odegaard dominate the way he has, and it's just I love hearing like Ian Wright talk about Martin Odegaard, because like every time he has a good game, he even tweets. He'll be like, "How do we even get this guy? I'm just so glad he came back." You know what I mean? And there's just a real gratitude for that type of player. You understand why he's the captain of the team. Just plays
quiet leadership, as Ian Wright said.
Yeah, just plays with so much poise, so much confidence with that. Pretty much every single touch, and I just generally love players like him that are. You don't know when they're gonna make their next move, like their next pass. They're shifty. They're so shifty.
Yeah.
We were watching Leicester play earlier. James and Madison is another guy that's just like, well, why are you so shifty, dog? Yeah. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do next.
Though. Point where you going next, bro. I'm afraid to stand anywhere near you.
You know how in FIFA you can turn on the indicator of what direction? We need those on those guys.
He's one of those people that you're just always in their way. You're like, is it me? Like, I don't know where else to stand,
I don't want to be on a crowded subway with Odegaard.
How am I in your way?
Bro.
But shouts to Martin Odegaard, 15 goals, 7 assists this season. He's, I think Arsenal are the first team to have 3 15-goal scorers in a long time. I don't know the actual stat, but it's a good one if you look it up. You do the work. It's just absolutely incredible. And might I continue to add, captain of his nation at an early age. He's only 24 years old. At 22, he was the captain of Norway.
Great player.
You know who else is on Norway? Erling Haaland.
I heard him.
You know what I mean? And the captain is Martin Odegaard. Mm-hmm. So... what's that tell you?
Do you think that experience at Real Madrid, like when he was so early in his career, like getting there too early and kind of being, knocked down a peg, like has helped him? I feel like it's been a good thing, because since he went to Sociedad, he's been just on a steady incline. You know what I mean? There haven't been those bumps.
I think this is the main difference in, and I love this from like, we've spoken to Jimmy Conrad about this often, where we've asked him like, what's the difference between like one league or another? You play soccer.
You tell us.
You tell us. Yeah, like, Jimmy, how much better is Lionel Messi than you are? Like, really though.
Real facts only though.
Like, it can't be that stark of a difference. And and this is why clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona and just there is the margin of error. So first, Jimmy always says the speed of the game is the main difference. Like, MLS from USL to MLS, the speed of the game is different. From MLS to La Liga, the speed of the game is different. From La Liga to Bundesliga, whatever. It keeps going until Premier League is just literally the fastest the game is being played. But then a player going to Real Madrid, even if you get a contract at Real Madrid, the margins of error.
You're one of the 0.0001% greatest players on earth.
So look, I don't know. Look, the only reason Real Madrid didn't keep him is because they have better players in that position.
Not just that, he came in at a weird time. A lot of management shifting.
Yeah,
he's young. Nobody wants to trust him. He got a little bit of burn, but he looked great at Real Sociedad, and it looked like Real Madrid were just like, we could get better value elsewhere.
Yeah, true.
And we're not going to give this kid a chance, so let's sell him. And, look, I've heard from, former players say, like, you don't get a player like that unless there's problems. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get a player of that ilk at that value at that age unless there's problems. To me, it seems like the major problem was he needed a stable home. He had been going on loan everywhere else. Real Sociedad was the first time you saw him be sort of settled at a high level, because I think he played at, I want to say Rapid Vienna or HB, one of those teams out there. And he was starting to show like, oh, he's got this talent, but he was quite possibly the best player on the team. At Real Sociedad, he fit in.
It was Vitesse.
And he played at another one before that.
Heerenveen?
That's the one I was thinking of. Heerenveen is where you first saw glimpses of like, oh, this kid isn't a bust. Because remember, he got bought at like 15, 16 years old. Yeah, for a huge amount of money. It was right after, remember, Martial went for a lot of money, then this kid goes for a lot of money, and people were like, everyone's going to buy 15-year-olds for all this money. So when he went to Heerenveen on loan, it was the first time where you're like, oh, there's no real pressure, and he's the best player on the pitch. Next thing you know, he goes to Real Sociedad. I'm skipping over Vitesse. And then you see like he can do it over a stretch of a season, and he can look good depending on the competition. At Arsenal is where someone said, you're home.
Yeah.
And he clearly loves that.
And he's clearly scoring more goals and at a goals per matches than he ever has in his past. So it feels like Martin Odegaard is going to be at Arsenal for quite a while. It's already feeling like
top 3 midfielder in the league.
Well, I was going to look. My first comparison is like he's having arguably a better season than Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's like
statistically he is.
Statistically,
but
it's tough to.
He's looking like the next Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne is kind of old now, by the way. So like, there's not going to be that much longer. So he will be the Kevin De Bruyne if he stays healthy.
Did you see Kevin De Bruyne? He did an interview recently, or just some sort of some piece, and they were asking him about completed passes. And he said, oh, completed passes is not a good stat for me. That's not important. It doesn't say anything about who I am as a player.
It's usually center backs that win that because they're passing it back and forth to each other.
Well, he's kind of just diminishing the importance of completed passes.
Right. He seems like a statistician.
He said like, oh, defensive midfielders, that's more central midfielders, that's more significant for them. Yeah. And it's just like, bro.
He's like, give me the XG in the final third after the 35th minute of a game. You're like,
but that's a little bit like,
what?
It's not like, talk to some other players. It's not easy to complete passes out here in the Premier League, bro.
Some player just ripped something off their fridge as he said it. No, like his wife's like, why didn't you leave that? I don't want to.
What are you above completing passes, Kevin De Bruyne? I mean, really? I mean, he is definitely one of he's a key pass guy. Like,
he's big chances created. Chances probably
we get that
his stat.
But it's just like, bro, we got to build the foundation. Is you got to complete the passes first. All right.
I don't talk about strikeouts. I talk about home runs.
So impressive stuff.
Great game too overall, by the way. So much action end to end.
Right.
Should have been 10-7.
Bite your tongue, please. What score did Kiwior get? What rating?
On SofaScore or whatever?
He got a 7.4.
7.4.
Better than Gabriel.
Jorginho and Rams are the only player. No, and Odegaard are the only players that beat him. Well, and Martinelli. How did Martinelli get a 7.8? This is one of those things about FODMAP that
he got the goal. I mean, it was an own goal, but he
still though.
I thought overall, Arsenal definitely, especially when they scored early, you just expect that similar collapse that they've had the last few weeks. But defensively, they held on.
They did.
They looked pretty good,
especially against this team at home. That was a huge win.